Peace, Diehards. Welcome to another episode of the Diehard State of Mind on the Knicks podcast. We're going to be talking about wing players today. See the screen there. We got a couple names that we're definitely going to be talking about. But, without further ado, let's get the guy up in here. This is my beautiful face, and here goes State. What's going on, State?
What's up? What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
Chilling. Yeah, we on CP time. You guys already know. So many things that goes on in this world, man. Before we push play on this thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you brought this to my attention just now. I just saw this for the first time, but this is no newsworthy because it's going to lead us down the path to what we want to talk about tonight. But I don't know who this is who posted this, but they just posted like a clip from an article.
Yep.
For guys that they can see it. You want to talk about it, State?
Well, I think it. First of all, I think his agent talking, right? And his agent is Leon Rose's son. So you got to think. You would have to think that they already had this private conversation already. And if you're Obi Toppin, you got to think it's your career, right? Do you see yourself as a player who wants to be on the bench and you're 24 years old and you could give a team more production than what you gave the Knicks last season? Julius Randle threw a monkey wrench in New York's plans. It's plain and simple. And I don't want to say this, but I think I gotta say this. Picking Obi Toppin was a mistake. I don't know if that's too harsh, but it is what it is. Picking him was a mistake. He's 23 years old. He's the 8th overall pick in the NBA draft. The New York Knicks should never get a number 8 overall pick like ever again. Frederick Weiss, Frank Ntilikina, Obi Toppin. We drafted Frederick Weiss over Ron Artest. Is that what it was? We drafted Frederick Weiss over Ron Artest?
Well, I think that was a little bit further in the draft, but you could throw Frank in that mix because Frank was 7. Kevin Knox is number 9. It's all around the same number, man. So that's Leon Rose's son is whose agent?
Leon Rose's son is Obi Toppin's agent, CAA.
Wow.
And I believe Leon Rose was Colin Sexton agent at the draft at the time, and then he gave Colin Sexton another agent in CAA. I don't really know the story, so I'm not going to sit here and like fabricate stuff like that. But he's CAA.
Yeah, it paints the picture, man. Because I mean, that says it right there. That's the writing on the wall right there. You could easily orchestrate that stuff. I mean, right at 4th of July, when it was busting firecrackers in the backyard. Yo, son, you're gonna have to trade Obi Toppin, right? We're gonna have to trade him to Cleveland, right? You know what I'm saying? So I could totally see that. But I mean, from both standpoints, Garland is on the USA team, so they obviously think of Garland higher than Sexton, right? If Garland is getting that call before Trae Young, he got the call before even Trae Young, man. So it's interesting, man. But I mean, both guys would do better on another franchise. This straight like the opportunity for him to play with Cleveland. I'm talking about Obi Toppin is just greater, And then Sexton definitely has a spot waiting for him because we don't have a starting point guard. So it's like it's a match made in heaven right there.
And it's crazy because you see how we talked about Obi Toppin all season, and we was frustrated with him, and we didn't really like his performance in his rookie season. He showed promise during the playoffs, but at the end of the day, when you're trying to acquire talent, you got one guy who's 21 who's DNP all the time, right? And you got another guy who's 23 who's supposed to be NBA ready, but people still making up excuses talking about, oh, he showed flashes. I'm sick of hearing about showing flashes, right? We're always talking about showing flashes. You should be already developed at 23. Like, I shouldn't be saying here, Diehard, and saying to you, why Obi Toppin doesn't pump fake and drive it to the rim with more velocity? Like, why he has the handle of a 3-year-old? It's little stuff like that is nobody wants to hear that, man. And after a while, you see a guy like Colin Sexton who I believe he's gonna get traded. It's where there's smoke, there's fire. He's gonna get traded. And you got a guy like that who's 22, 24, 4-4 on good efficiency. You gotta do what you gotta do to what's best for the team. So hey man, I love Obi, but
yeah, it's the business of basketball. We got to do what we got to do. We have to build this team. We're talking about, we can get better in 5 years and this, that, and the other. But I mean, if there's a deal to be made to put people in the right positions and right spots, you can easily get another guy. You know what I'm saying? So I put this article here. This is Ian Begley. I think Ian Begley might be the if I'm saying his first name right, Mr. Begley. He's probably like the best beat writer that we have. We talking about Berman, we're talking about those jackasses on the Daily News. This guy Begley, he's like the only one that's actually reporting on the Knicks. The rest of them are throwing snuff articles and just saying anything. But he's actually putting articles together, trying to make sense of certain things and try to put scenarios out there for us to think about. So hats off to Begley, man. He's one of the better ones. But in this article, he says that the Knicks can get make this trade for Sexton, and then still have eyes on 2022. We could still be able to get a free agent this year and also next year too, if we work things the right way. So I mean, you mentioned CAA, Leon Rose, and all this other stuff. All these agents, it's great to have those connections because when the times come to make a move like this, we already have guys, with relationships all across the league, especially within this organization. I mean, it's his damn son. Is the agent of this guy. You know what I'm saying? So how close can you get with this, man? So like you said, when there's smoke, there's fire, and there's a lot of movable parts. And I think that the Knicks are going to be great, man. Pretty soon. Pretty soon.
So right now I got the New York Post. I've got the exact article. Shout out to the guys on Twitter because I asked somebody, yo, shoot me that article that y'all was talking about with the Obi Toppin thing. So most notable, right? Obi Toppin played where he played his college ball at. Dayton. Where's Dayton? Ohio. Cleveland. Right? So let's tie this all in together, right? So Kobe Altman, the current president of basketball operations, I believe, for the Cleveland Cavaliers general manager. My fault. He was high on Kevin Knox, leading up to the 2018 draft, and Cleveland is saying right here that Cleveland liked Kevin Knox, and Knox is on the block, but his trade value likely dipped from a year ago. So maybe all along, the Knicks was trying to trade Kevin Knox. The way that I'm reading this article, and it's funny because we spoke about that picture the other day. And, if you got it, I would like for you to put that picture up again that Kevin Knox posted. And we was trying to read between the lines. I think that's I think that was in the lines. I think they was trying to trade him during the season. Now that I'm reading about it, how you feel about that, bro?
Yeah, with his smoke, this fire, and then also too, man, he hasn't really done well here, So if I was his camp, I'd be trying to get out of the New York too, because you're all about he's still young. While you're still young, while you have people still talking about you, you need to make a move for your own career just to save yourself. So I mean, like the perfect place for him would be Cleveland, even though they have guys there that play his position. You go over there, if they want to give a young guy a chance, Cleveland will be the team, because they got Osman. What's the guy what's his first name? I don't even know his first. Yeah, Seti. What kind of name is that? A dude from Europe named Seti. You know what I'm saying? You know how many Setis I know from the country? You know what I'm saying? And out here, Seti from Eastern Europe. Yeah. So anyway, man, I just feel like it'll just be a better situation over there because they're not looking to win now. They're looking to do the same thing that OKC and all them other stupid teams are doing. Just trying to figure out a way to get as many draft picks and young players, and hopefully they hit the jackpot one day.
So right here, boom, the Knicks chief strategist Brock Aller. Shout outs to Brock Aller. You keep working. You keep doing what you're doing, brother. I like what you're doing, Brock Aller. You keep going. You keep doing what you're doing. Don't fail us, right? So it says basically, Knicks chief strategist Brock Aller was a front office executive when the Cleveland Cavaliers drafted Sexton, and is still close to Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert and Altman, a New York native. That relationship could help foster a Sexton trade. So can the fact rookie power forward Obi Toppin, another trade candidate, and Sexton both have the same CAA agent in Austin Brown. Oh, President Leon Rose ran CAA before joining the Knicks. Yo, bro, we might as well put Sexton in the uniform now.
Yeah, it's convenient with all the stuff here. You know, it's almost like borderline like tampering a little bit with all this stuff. You know, I definitely don't want to get caught up with that, having to give draft picks or anything like that. But it's really too close for comfort, man. You know, nepotism. You want to talk about nepotism?
Yes.
Yeah, man. But the writing is on the wall for the Knicks to finally get it. You know, every other team does it. You know, it's not like a mistake when all of a sudden Golden State gets Kevin Durant, or all of a sudden Brooklyn gets 3 Hall of Famers on one team. It's not a coincidence. These guys make moves behind the scenes, man. So it's about time for the Knicks to get that. You know, it's just about time, because we've been getting screwed all for like the last 20 years. Nobody wants to trade with us. Nobody wants to sign with us. You know, so it's all moving parts behind the scenes that get these things going. Stuff that we don't know about it. Now that we're doing it because it's happened, because we're involved now. So now we're finding out this guy is related to this guy. This guy works for the same company. You know what I'm saying? It's bugged out. So it's good. It's good that we finally get to that, man. So give us Sexton. Let's get it popping already, man. You know.
So let me continue the narrative, because now the narrative is getting stronger, right? So one league decision maker, whoever this decision maker is, I'm gonna need you to put down the stepped on. I'm gonna need you to start investing in some weed, less stronger drugs, and in one of these stretches near me. That's what I wanted to say before I read you this. One league decision maker feels dealing Toppin, the 19th pick and the 32nd pick, is too much of a trade package for Sexton, since he will go into the final year of his rookie contract. Sexton could demand a 5-year, $168 million max extension, while Toppin goes into the second year of his 4-year rookie deal. So I had to put my phone down for this. So you mean to tell me, Diehard, I'm gonna throw this at you, and I want you to speak on this. So you mean to tell me a guy who 23 years old, averaged 4 points in 11 minutes per game behind an all NBA caliber power forward in Julius Randle, most improved player about a year, most improved player of the year, shout outs to Big Dog Juju. You think that the 19th pick, Obi Toppin, and the 32nd pick is too much for Sexton? Okay, if your argument is Sexton's contract, it's cool, but then at the end of the day, Diehard, how can you not re-sign Sexton to a 5-year deal after you trade assets for him, right? You want to show Julius Randle that that's your guy, and you don't re-sign the piece that you bring in to help Julius Randle? I'm confused by that. I understand 5 years, $168 million sounds like a lot of goddamn money, bro. Like, I understand it. But when you're 22, 24 points per game, and we just seen Lonzo Ball, his career high is 14.6, you might have to invest in that. Oh, maybe 5 years, $150 million will be like, that's my dream contract for that kid, because he's getting $25 million a year. The cap room is gonna go up. James Dolan don't give a damn about luxury tax. He's still playing David Fizdale retirement plan. So, but how do you feel about the whole trading that Obi stuff is too much, and the whole Colin Sexton contract thing? I really want to know what's your take on that.
Well, Knicks fans annoy me, man, because like how could you get something? How could you get something without trading something? You know, you're lucky that nobody's talking about trading RJ for Sexton, because it would, that wouldn't even be even, because what's the name, RJ, even though he went to Canada, played for Canada, he still only averaged 17 points a game. You know what I'm saying? Sexton averaged 24. So they both had losing seasons. RJ lost last year. This year, the Knicks got better, but I mean, it would be a semi-even trade. RJ straight up for Sexton, but you still, just to make things work, you have to add chips. But anyway, the long story short is that you can't expect to get like a bag of gold, for a stack of pennies, man. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make no sense. But one thing about that Ian Begley article, he just brought the fact that the Knicks would have Sexton's bird rights. You know what I'm saying? So once we get him, we can cheat. That's the whole magical thing about this. RJ's still on his rookie deal. Julius Randle deserves a raise, but we don't have to give him a raise because he also has bird rights. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we can go into next season and cheat and sign whoever we want to sign, and then go over the cap to sign Julius, and go over the cap to sign Sexton. But you know what I'm saying. You have to keep in mind that we're still keeping our main cap space. You know what I'm saying? So we can sign a big free agent, to add to that group, and then re-sign Julius and re-sign Sexton. So now you're putting yourself in position to have RJ that's still on his rookie deal. Julius Randle's in the wing waiting for his money. Sexton's waiting for his money. You sign another guy. Now you got like four guys, that are locked in, that are really good basketball players.
Facts.
And then you can still fool around and maybe get another person, depending on how you move around the pieces and stuff, man. So it's and the luxury tax. James Dolan's gonna pay everything. He wants to win. He wants to win just as bad as we do.
I'm not even worried about the luxury tax thing. That's the last thing I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the luxury tax. I'm not worried about that. We in New York, man. I don't give a damn. James Dolan hasn't paid taxes for Madison Square Garden since he bought the goddamn building. I don't want to hear about James Dolan not wanting to pay anything. But you didn't really touch on that, on the topic though of Colin Sexton's contract specifically. 5 years, 168 million. I just need to know, would you invest in that type of money? I know he probably wouldn't get that. It'll probably be 5 years, 150, something like that. But incentives would make it go up to 168 million, I'm gonna assume. But how would you feel about him getting that contract?
I just don't like the numbers, man. The 5 years, 4 years is one thing. 5 years is like, that's a big commitment, because I mean anything can happen in sports. Guys get hurt and stuff like that. I mean, like, they would have to have outs, like maybe a player option or team option at some point, because 5 years is a long time to invest. But the extensions and stuff like that. If we can get the other pieces moving, then it wouldn't feel so bad to pay a guy. Because if Randall's waiting for his money and Sexton is waiting for his money, once we've got them both on the team, and then we pay somebody else to come here to play with them. Let's say Kawhi, just to throw the name out there. We sign Kawhi, then let's say we got or anybody, Bradley Beal, whoever the hell you want. Sign that max player that's a really good player to add to RJ, to Julius, and to Sexton. This it's kind of like a no-brainer. You have to cheat and to try to get the max talent. That's what Golden State did. They cheated. They basically ended up getting Clay and stuff like that through the draft. But through trade and doing other things, they were able to get what's the guy's name? KD. You play games with the cap to keep getting better. So that's the name of the game. Even with Cleveland, when LeBron went over there, they cheated. They did things to manipulate cap and trades and stuff like just to make their team whatever. Like the Nets, what did they do? They did all these different things to maneuver pieces and salary and stuff like that. So once you get the guys, that's the point of the story. Once you get the guys, then it doesn't matter. These are the guys you got. You paid them, and you ride the wave until it's time to make the next move.
It's a tricky situation, right? Because me and you both human, right? So we got to think of it. I want to look at it from another angle too. You don't want to. This is why I'm saying we must pay Sexton if we trade for him. We must give him like a contract this summer, and and just move along. But mainly Julius Randle, right? I don't want to go into 2022 and I'm concerned about. No, I don't want to go into 2022 off season and have Julius Randle feeling some type of way that we're paying everybody else before him. You get what I'm saying? Because he's the guy who came here first, blood, sweat, and tears. He played like straight up garbage the season before this season that we just had. Came back, worked on his game, came back, won Most Improved Player of the Year, All-Star, All NBA. I don't want him to feel like we're paying everybody else before him. That's going to be an issue. You gotta if you take care of Sexton, you must take care of Julius Randle. And I feel like we gotta take care of Sexton this off season because his contract doesn't really kick in until 2023, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll still have him on the books for $6.5 million. Randle, I would like to take care of him this offseason as well. But then you make a point because Julius Randle contract will have his bird rights at the end of next season. So we can easily re-sign Randle. So I think we should. So boom, let's re-sign. If we do trade for second, let's re-sign him this offseason, right? We're going to the next offseason. All we will have to do is sign a bunch of free agents, but then we will have to take care of Randle and RJ at the end. Because remember, RJ Barrett's contract is going to come up too. So,
well, I'm not into paying guys before we get the team together. You know, they're gonna have to trust the Knicks management. Everybody gonna have to get into a room and say, listen, you're gonna get your money. You know what I'm saying? Stay healthy and this, that, and the other. You're gonna get your money one way or another. But listen, we have an opportunity to sneak and get another guy here. You know what I'm saying? So what do you want? Your money, or do you want do you want to win? You know, do you want to win a championship? Because I mean, we're not going to win if we just walk out there with RJ. You know, we might. You know, it depends on how better these guys get. But Sexton, RJ, and Randle, you know, it's going to be hard to win with just those three. So if we put it in their heads, so listen, man, just wait. You're going to get paid. We're gonna talk around, you know, because I mean they got their resources. They're gonna look around what agents and stuff like that, what players are want to come here, you know, and then we'll put that together. If there's a player that wants to come here that we can key on, we got to let our guys know. So listen, man, we got to get this guy here on the books first, and then we'll go over the cap to keep you guys. But they have to play the game. You know what I'm saying? They have to play the game if they want to get that extra player to get us to where we need to go.
So yeah. And you see a team like the Nets, right? Like, don't get me wrong, like they got great players, bro. You got James Harden, you know he's going to the Hall of Fame. Durant, you know he's going to the Hall of Fame. Kyrie, you know he's going to the Hall of Fame. But at the end of the day, Blake Griffin, you know he's going to the Hall of Fame. Possible. Well, if Grant Hill got to the Hall of Fame, Blake Griffin won't get it. But you know, when you have a team like that, your bench is just basically nothing. For example, bro, the Nets versus the Bucks. They had a game where their bench scored zero. The bench had 0 points, bro. You're never going to win a championship like that, bro. Like, never, ever, ever going to win a championship like that. Every championship team has great others, and your others will win you some playoff games for sure. I watched Jay Crowder score 0 points in one game, and they win. And then you watch him another game, and he scored 15 points. And they'll lose. So you never know what's going to happen. But you need those others to be successful. You need those guys. So it can't just be Randle, RJ, and Sexton if we got Sexton. So I think that's what segues into the main conversation of what we want to talk about. I know you wanted to say something, so go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to talk about the Brooklyn again, because I mean, Brooklyn, when they signed Kyrie and Durant, they knew Durant wasn't going to play, so that's a sacrifice. Listen, Kyrie signed here for a year. You know we're not going to win nothing because Durant is hurt. So you make that sacrifice with that, and then the writing is on the wall. They said when if Harden becomes available, they're going to trade whatever else they have to get to get Harden there, man. So they already had that. Like if you don't believe that that wasn't already preordained before Kyrie and Durant got to the Nets, then I'm not you directly, but just fans in general. Like if you didn't think that was already like destined to happen, that was already written, then that's crazy. But to make it a little bit better, it would have been better for them to hold off on Harden because they gave up too much, I think, because like you said, the bench and stuff. But in this situation with the Knicks, if we don't re-sign Julius too early and Sexton too early, like I said, we sign that player and then we go over the cap to sign our own guys. We still can go. We still could sign. At that point we'll have the mid-level exemption also, so we could use that. And then we'll still have quickly. None of these guys got traded quickly, and whoever else we draft and things like that. So we'll still be able to get players. Then on top of that, the Blake Griffins of the world, we'll be able to get those veterans for the veteran minimum and whatever. What's the other guy's name that that Durant keeps bringing on his team? That I keep forgetting his name.
Green?
Yeah, Jeff Green, the Jeff Greens of the world. We'll still be in the market for those type of players too, man. So, the bench, the bench is not something to worry about, in my opinion, because I mean, there's always going to be guys dangling and ready to get here. And like I said, we'll have the four guys, whatever mystery player we're talking about, RJ, Randle, Sexton, mid-level exemption player, veteran minimums, and plus we still got quickly on the books too. So there's a lot of talent, and not just quickly, freaking Luka, Vildoza, and whoever else that we'll have here.
Yep. And Luka is cool, but Luka needs some Sasson on his game. He needs way more Sasson on his game to be a part of a Tibbs rotation. But I like what I see so far. I was talking to my guy Sports Vibes TV. I think it was like a day ago, and he was just saying like Luka Vildoza is going to be a part of the rotation. Like he was confident in saying that. So I had to ask him, so you think Derrick Rose is going to walk? I had to ask him that because it's like, it's only one basketball, bro. And if we want Emmanuel quickly to develop the way we want him to develop, realistically, he might not want Derrick Rose back. And there ain't nothing against Derrick Rose, honestly. But we're talking about starting point guard, backup shooting guard, right? How does let's say if we re-sign Derrick Rose and re-sign and sign a guy like Kyle Lowry. How quickly he ain't gonna get no on-ball reps. No on-ball reps. I love Luka Vildoza. I'm not gonna really count him in that rotation yet. No, I love Quickly, man. Matter of fact, I know you saved the video, but Quickly threw it off the backboard to Colin Sexton in Team USA basketball.
Yeah, they played together in the under 17 tournament.
Yes.
Back in the day. So, they got a lot of history. All these guys got history, man. They've been playing with each other since they were kids, through the AAU circuit and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's constant conversations out there about players and whatever, man. So the Knicks will be all right, We'll be fine, man. But more than anything, we need to get the big guys intact, and or everything else will work itself out. I mean, Derrick Rose, maybe this offseason we might be able to keep him, but really, it depends on, like, if we get Sexton, then you can start fooling around or whatever. But you still got to have continuity in your roster. So I mean, there might be some more 1-year contract guys. Derrick Rose is one of those guys, Bolaka and all these different guys for now. But the big prize is when we cheat after next season, not this offseason, but the 22 offseason when hopefully Leon Rose and World Wide West and all these guys start doing their magic and get talent here, super talent here.
That's a fact. It's so crazy, like this whole Colin Sexton thing, because I'm trying to. I just hope it goes through, bro. Because where it's smoke is fire, bro. It's no way in hell Obi and Sexton. And I just found this out. Like, they share the same agent. There's no way they not having that conversation already. What are you gonna say? Like, CAA gonna send that client to Indiana? Come on, man. Come on, but let's get right into it. I'm so glad that you brought this screen up because I have the screen as well. And since Obi Toppin and Kevin Knox are in trade rumors, and Burks and Bullock most likely will walk, we gotta look at some free agent wings. We gotta look at some buy low candidates, high reward candidates, right? We already spoke about Kelly Oubre, so I feel like we don't even need to mention him because we spoke about him on the previous pod. So I want you to shoot it. It's on you, bro. Also, hold on. So,
Nah, the mic wasn't even on, man. I turned the mic off because there's a little bit of feedback or whatever. But I mean, I'm looking at of course, guys like Kawhi and stuff like that. That's a given as far as free agents and stuff. But I'm looking at guys like Otto Porter.
yes.
We talked about Kelly Oubre, Will Barton, Justice Winslow. All these different guys are players that we can steal. Stanley Johnson is somebody with another guy with potential. See, that's the thing. If we trade Kevin Knox in this deal to Cleveland, we could just sign Stanley Johnson to replace him to be that young guy that people hope becomes a star. You know what I'm saying? There's players all over the damn place that we can go to. To fill out this roster. It's not that like our own players are not the all end all. There's so many guys out in this league, man. Ennis, James, Ennis the third in Orlando. There's a couple guys here, man.
So
any guys that you're looking at?
Yo, you just named some of them. I'm looking at Will Barton, Will the Thrill. The reason why I'm high on Will Barton as a Knick is I know it sounds crazy because people be like, yo, state man, you always talking about vets and you kill the vets and you say this, you say that. But as far as like Will Barton is concerned, he could play the 2 or the 3. He could start, he could come off the bench. He's confident. I know he's going to play some defense. And he's a goon. And I need more guys out there who's going to protect RJ Barrett, protect, if we get Colin Sexton, protect Colin Sexton, protect Emmanuel quickly. Watching Julius Randle just push guys by himself, it was kind of annoying last season. I know Nerlens Noel ain't that type of guy, but I just need more Rough Riders. I need more Rough Riders, and Will Barton, he fits the bill. He fits the bill for me. He was hurt a lot last season. He came back in the playoffs. He tried to produce. He was still a little hurt in the playoffs, but for his career, he shot 79% from the free throw range. Always shot in the high 40s from the field goal percentage. Last year, he shot 46% from the field. He also shot 38% from 3. He had a couple years where he shot under 30% from 3, but he worked on his game, and he's a vet that I'm extremely interested in bringing to this team. Justice Winslow, Stanley Johnson. Stanley Johnson was a guy who he went to the Raptors. He was the top 10 pick, right? He was labeled as a bust. He went to the Raptors this year, and I felt like the Raptors developed him nicely. And he's a buy low candidate. He's a guy who you never know. You never know what you could get from Stanley Johnson because he has a chip on his shoulder. We ain't really see him last season. Same can be said for Justice Winslow. Justice Winslow was a guy I loved in college. I actually wanted to draft him over Porzingis that year, so thank God that Phil Jackson did that.
There's a lot of players that Porzingis drafted we thought were good players that didn't end up being good players, man. Thank God that we did draft Kristaps because Winslow. If we drafted Winslow, that would have been a catastrophe.
Justice Winslow would have been.
Yeah, based off of what he did since he got drafted, that would have been freaking crazy, man.
Justice Winslow would have been so. Oh my God, I don't even. Wow, we would have tanked even harder if we either got Justice Winslow. I'm gonna be honest with you. Matter of fact, Carmelo Anthony would have left a year prior. He would have said, "The hell with this." But Justice Winslow, you know, he did not play a lot of games last season. He's been hurt since the 2019 season. He only played 11 games in the 2019 season. Eric Spoelstra played him at point guard. He played him at shooting guard. Played him at small forward. Played him at power forward as well. So he's played multiple positions. He's just been hurt, you know. And another thing that's alarming, but I'm not too concerned about it with the Knicks because it seemed like ever since David Fisdale got kicked out of the door, everybody can shoot threes now. Everybody can shoot good percentages. He shot 57% from the free throw line. That is alarming to me. And his three-point percentage, he shot 18% from three. He shot 22%.
That's crazy, man.
That is ridiculous, bro. But the years before that, he shot 37% from three, and he shot 38% from three. 2 consecutive years. So he got it in him. He got it in him to shoot the ball. He got it. He just been hurt. What you wanted? You wanted to say something about Winslow?
I think you already said enough, man. Winslow needs to go in the trash heap. That's what it sounds like. But, you know, one name that I want to throw in there is JaMychal Green. JaMychal Green is not a small forward, you know, but he is like a guy that we can come that could be off the bench. Off the bench is like the Twitter, you know, narrative. Everybody wants to put somebody off the bench, man. We don't have starters yet. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, let's say if we was to like trade Obi, you know, or trade Knox and stuff like that, there's guys like you mentioned Stanley Johnson, out of all people, man, that's out there that we can to replace a Knox. You know, this guy JaMychal Green is a really good backup power forward. He could easily fill in Obi's spot. So losing guys like that, especially with the production, because Obi and Knox both gave us the same production. You know, if you look at their stats and put it side by side, they literally average the same exact stats straight across the board. You know what I'm saying? So we're not losing nothing by trading these guys. You know, if you want to talk about potential, that's another thing. But nobody here has a crystal ball, and we can't predict the future. We don't know what these guys are going to do. You know, so you know what I'm saying? So I mean, they might do well, but we can sign guys that can come here and do better than what they did. You know, so trade these guys if we can to get Sexton, and let's call it a day, man, and just move on, because this is the conversation we need to be having. Get the guy, you know, and then now let's start having this conversation about, you know, small forwards and who we can get to fill in spots here to make the team better, because that should be the only thing we worried about, is to get this team better.
And look at the playoffs, bro. Look at the two teams in the finals. Both of those teams is filled with wings. Both of them. Look at this Phoenix Suns, right? You got Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, you got Torrey Craig, you got Jay Crowder, right? So you got two of your drafted young wings. And mind you, Cam Johnson is an older draft pick. Mikal Bridges is an older draft pick. They didn't need much time to develop. They just needed a point guard like Chris Paul to speed up the process. But what I'm getting at it is, you know, dudes like Obi and Knox, I love them both. But at the end of the day, let's put it in this proper perspective, right? Knox barely played all last season. So and we just read this article. I just read you one of the paragraphs. So something tells me that Knox is, I guess he's ready for a trade as well. Obi Toppin, he played that day in. Him and Sexton share the same agent, which is crazy to me. So you got to look at these positions that we could be trading out of. And Burks and Bullock is going to walk. They're definitely going to walk. Bro. I'm 1,000% confident in that. So now you brought up JaMychal Green, right? I like that pickup. I'm gonna say 3 names. People gonna hate those 3 names too, but it's all vets though, right? I wouldn't mind Paul Millsap. That sturdy, you know,
cheap.
Cheap.
Yeah, he'll be cheap. He'll be somebody that we can cheat. You know, get somebody with a little bit of skill. We're not going to be looking for him to get 20 minutes or 40 minutes a game. He'll come off the bench and give us the same minutes that Obi was giving us. You know what I'm saying? For
maybe more.
maybe a little bit more. Like let's say, God
Mhm.
forbid, if something happens to Julius Randle, because Julius Randle, is our Iron Man. If something happens to him,
Yes.
we'll be in trouble. But somebody like Millsap can come in there and spot start for us for like hold us down for 10 games if he needs to.
Mhm.
Things like that.
So going down the list, PJ Tucker, and I've been saying his name for like past like 4 or 5 days. He plays his role well, doesn't do too much with the basketball, but he's gonna fight for you. Somebody elbows RJ Barrett, somebody pushes Colin Sexton real hard, or somebody elbows Randall in the back of his neck. PJ Tucker's because he's gonna be in the war. He's gonna be in the field. And,
Yeah, that's what they're paying him for.
mm-hmm.
I want to add one point too before you get started. Just with Phoenix. Phoenix has more guys that they drafted, so that's one side of the equation. But the Bucks on the other side, if you look at the Bucks, they didn't draft Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying?
No,
They didn't draft Brooke Lopez.
no,
DiVincenzo. I don't think he's even playing. DiVincenzo's hurt.
he's hurt.
Yeah, Bobby Portis wasn't drafted by them.
No,
Tucker wasn't drafted by them. Forbes wasn't
no.
drafted by them, and Teague wasn't drafted by them. These are the guys that are in their rotation. You know what I'm saying? So there's always more than one way to win something. So that's what frustrates me, because we're just having a conversation about things. Like people like to build through the draft, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Because you can build from within, which is a good feeling. But at the same
Yes,
time too, if your front office can't make it, then you can't waste time holding on to guys hoping that they're going to do something. Get rid of these guys and get guys in here that could play. That's what the Bucks did. The Bucks were in the finals with hardly no people that they drafted. Giannis, lucky, God bless them. Middleton, God bless them. But outside of them two, who else did they draft?
Pat Cummings, Pat.
Yeah, okay, Pat. Pat, whatever his name is, you know what I'm saying. But he's a dime a dozen player. He's not gonna be like no all-star player for them.
So you need to show him some respect, because without him and what he had, I think he had like 9, 10 rebounds. Without him, Bucks don't win that game, bro. I swear to God, they don't, bro. Matter of
Yeah,
fact, he had a crucial putback rebound towards under 2 minutes.
yeah, you read about that.
You need guy.
He's probably like their number one forward coming off the bench, because they already got their rotation down to 8 right now. So then they're not really playing a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But still, there's just two different. There's many different ways to build a team, man. So the most important thing is you just got to get talent. If you're lucky enough to draft somebody that can come in here and play, then that's great. But then you have to cheat. You have to cheat and play the game, business of basketball, and just get the ball rolling however it goes.
Yes.
However it goes.
Yes, and so some more pick, right? Uh, Damn, a lot of people ain't gonna like this name either. But Mike Scott, if we don't have Obi Toppin, I want a goon. When somebody pushes a Knicks player, they not gonna push Mike Scott. and we both know this. So he's another guy I'm looking at, and I'm going down the list. I love Carmelo Anthony, but I want Carmelo to go to the Lakers this offseason. I want him to be for sure that he's going to get a ring. But I will welcome Carmelo Anthony back into the Knicks fold if he wanted to come in.
Yeah, I would too.
Go. Oh, I didn't expect that.
No, I've been saying that if Melo wants to come here, it's good. But you're talking about goons. We're gonna need goons, because I don't know if Melo's gonna be a goon. Melo has respect around the league and stuff, so he's not afraid to mix it up. He'll argue with guys and stuff, but when it comes to throwing elbows and those type of things, I don't think that Melo is going to be that guy for us. But a guy like Mike Scott, he ain't got nothing to lose, man. Mike Scott, he came in here young, he came in here old actually, Mike Scott, and he actually worked really hard in this game. He can shoot the 3 now. A couple things that he can do, man. But I mean, that dude ain't got nothing to lose, man. He's like got one foot in and out the NBA. He's 32 years old. If you tell him to go knock a dude and knock him to the ground or spit in his mouth like PJ Tucker would do, he's gonna do that. These guys are gonna do that. That's what they get paid for. You know?
Yo, that's it. Yeah, that's mad funny, bro. He got nothing to lose. He looked like a guy who ain't got nothing to lose, bro.
Yeah. I'm looking at his thing, man. It looked like he already did like 15 years in the state. God damn, man.
Oh man, Craig and Day Day.
Jesus Christ, man.
Oh man.
Yo,
All
you
right.
got tattoos, man? Just like a
Yeah, I do.
segue. You, do you plan on looking like some of these NBA players, man?
Nah, man. Nah, I couldn't get tattoos the way they got them, man.
Yeah, I don't get it because I mean they play professional sports, so they run up and down. You know, they sweating a lot. The ink is in their skin, so you know they constantly moving. So they move more than regular people. So that blood gets circulated. So I would think that ink is infecting their bodies, man. Because Mike Scott looked crazy. Mike Scott looks like a freaking meth addict, man. All these guys, even J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith to this day, he looks crazy. You know, it's
Yo,
not for the simple fact that he has the tattoos. It's a simple fact that it's infecting his body. It's too much. Like
yo, that's
how much is enough for these guys? It doesn't make any sense. It's crazy.
Yeah. So some more goons. Jeff Green, he's in Brooklyn right now, but we can steal him. I wouldn't mind Jeff Green. He's definitely a goon. Uncle Jeff. Mook brother, Markeith Morris. I wouldn't mind Mook brother being in New York. I know nobody gonna punk him either. And he's gonna push you to the ground as soon as you touch RJ Barrett, one of our young boys.
Yeah, Markeith look a little slow, man. You know the twins is always one twin. I think he might be
Yeah,
the retarded twin out of Marcus and Markeith.
I agree. He looks like the scarier twin.
Yeah, he looks like the one like that. This like you don't know what he's gonna do. Oh shit! Like maybe Marcus was laying on his neck or something. That's not nice, man. That's not nice.
Oh man.
But you know, read on.
I don't want Blake Griffin. I was looking at him. I don't want Blake Griffin. I'm good on Blake Griffin. And
Yeah, you want to talk about Goon? Blake Griffin act like he want to throw hands with people all of a sudden, man. I don't know if that's that light skin, thing going on with him, man. He's really emotional out there lately.
when you around 3 Hall of Famers, how tough?
I
Really?
mean, yeah, I mean, as soon as you got guys that can score, all of a sudden you get tough. I get it because
So,
it makes it easy. You don't got to put the ball in the basket no more.
Larry Markkanen. I don't know why this name keeps coming back to me, dog. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that name, Larry Markkanen. I know he's not a goon either. But I keep looking at that. I keep looking at his contract. I know he cannot play with Vujicic at all. They can't play together. Like that front court is stupid.
Yeah.
So I know he's gonna walk. I really wouldn't mind him here, dog. I don't know if he could start here because Julius Randle is our 4. But I would really like him coming off the bench. I don't know if he could start next to Randle. Sir, oh my God, God bless him. But how do you feel about Larry Markkanen though? How do you feel about it?
Well, Laurie is another look. He's another look, you know. Like
Yes.
if we're gonna start Mitch and Julius, having Markkanen coming off the bench, that is like you never let the defense off the hook, And then also too, like let's say like last year we had Derrick Rose coming off the bench with Elfrid starting, so it was a different look. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
you get what I'm saying. We played one way when we had Julius Randle as the primary ball handler and stuff like that. But even if we play that way and we got Colin Sexton in Alfred's spot, that's going to be one style of play. Then once you got Market in there, now you're definitely going to have a stretch 4 there, or stretch 5 even. You can mix and match that way. So I like that. You got to keep the defense on their heels out there when you're building a team. But I mean, defensive wise and stuff like that, those are things that that's really going to be the problem with Markkanen.
Yes. Yeah. Defense. But honestly, honestly, Jim Boylan was one of the worst coaches I've ever seen in my life. How much defense will he learn from Jim Boylan? Right. It's the same concept with Julius Randle. We watched Julius Randle play so pathetic before this last season on both sides of the ball. Who's to say a change of scenery wouldn't be welcomed by Larry Markkanen? and he wouldn't shine defensively here. But in our scheme, who's to say he wouldn't shine here? That's why when people say, "Oh, Colin Sexton, he doesn't play defense." Motherfucker, he wasn't worried about no defense when Trey Young was walking us up and down the court, and Reggie Bullock was out there looking like a prostate exam. We ain't give a damn about no defense. I don't hear about no defense, man.
He was looking like a prostate exam.
He's like, man, Trey Young been cheating. I'm like a prostate exam, man. I think about our playoff series once a day, bro. Yeah. I really feel some type of way about the way we lost, bro.
Yeah. Honestly. But you're right though. You know what I'm saying? Like Tom Thibodeau is a defensive guru. Like in the beginning of all of this, before we started, they said that they were just practicing defense. They weren't really focusing on offense like that. That's what they said from day one. So that actually set the table for the whole year, because from day one, literally the first game of the season that we played, defense was on full. We were looking like, what are we watching here? These guys are playing defense, and then sure enough, 10 games into the season, the Knicks are a defensive team right now. This is what we do. So I could see Sexton coming here and I'm just filling in this game. Tom Thibodeau, if they're gonna do anything, he's gonna get Colin Sexton to the point where he's like that moving hand that I always talk about. Like this, they're gonna be doing like this on the floor with that moving hand. Same thing with Markkanen. But you got to be careful though, because like you can't have too many guys like that, because you can only hide certain guys, but for so long before they get lost in the sauce.
Quick. So prime example. Let's say we got Sexton on the team, right? So let's say we get a guy like Larry Markkanen, right? Ideally, you will want Paul Millsap or a guy like PJ Tucker next to him. Ideally, you want a goon next to him. You want somebody like that. And then you got to still think about it. Quickly still coming off the bench. So we need firepower to match quickly. It's just a thought. Man.
Yeah, you're right. You get if you was to get Markkanen, I guess to be out there with quickly, you get a goon to play another spot. Just get somebody to fill in another spot, and then you just work it out like that. I'm with the smoke, man. I want to get better, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep talking about the bench guy, this guy. Like, just the guys on Twitter say, oh, no, he's not good enough. I would like to have that guy on the bench. Man, God damn it! When are we gonna get better? I said once we identify, let's say Sexton is a given. If we get Sexton, okay, look, we just got better. We got another real starting caliber player, to play with the guys that we already have. And then if we could possibly get one of these guys that we're throwing out there as far as the wings is concerned, then we made it too, man. Now we can start talking about let's beef up this bench now. Then we can have that conversation. But I mean, we gotta focus on who we gonna throw into these two spots. That's the starting point guard and the wing, whatever wing guy, whether it's a shooting guard or a small forward. We gotta get those spots. After that, then it's on, man. Then we get the meth addicts and all the freaking crackheads and whatever else we need, man. That's my dream. That's my dream, man. I just want to get this thing popping, man.
Yeah, man. It's time to win. I just thought of a starting lineup, too.
Give it to me.
Sexton, RJ, Will Barton, Julius Randle, Miles Turner.
How the fuck did we get Miles Turner?
I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, my God.
I'm just
Go ahead. Man. You just threw a prostate exam on Jesus Christ. Talk about a prostate exam. I can't. I want to hear. I want to hear the scenario. Well, say the starting lineup again.
I said Sexton, RJ, Will Barton, Randle, Miles Turner.
Jesus
or you
Christ.
could say Mitch. Or you could say Mitch. You could just put Mitch there. But I'm gonna say Mitch and Miles Turner. So the thought process is, if Indiana wants to move on, because we both know Sabonis and Miles Turner, that's a stupid front court. It's stupid. You got one guy, they both should be playing center. But you got one guy who likes to play near the cup in Sabonis. You got another guy who likes to camp out on the perimeter in Miles Turner. But the issue is they're both 6'11", and they both could get picked on the perimeter. So, so you don't really want to start those two together. And also, Miles Turner only makes about 19 million, 19, 20 million. And you already read articles that Indiana might want to trade Miles Turner. They might want to trade on Malcolm Brogdon. They already denied a Malcolm Brogdon first-round pick for Ben Simmons. I think Philly already curbed that. So it was just a thought. It was just a thought that Miles Turner was like the first center that came to my mind. And the next was Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, I'm really curious to how the hell you got Miles Turner on his team without. Okay, walk him on the team. How did he get here?
This hurts for me to say this.
Oh my God.
Mitch is gone. Mitch got traded. You know that's the only. You know that's the way. And
I
I'm
could
thinking
deal with
about
that.
that 60 million cap space. You know that's the way. So.
Yeah, I could deal with that. If Indiana wants cap space, they could take Mitchell Robinson, maybe like one of our draft picks. I get it. You know, if they want some extra money. You know, Indiana. You know, I kind of like their players over there, but I just don't know what's their focus, what's their motivation. You know, they got a lot of good talent there, but for some reason they just can't get it together.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think it's the organization, bro. I think it's just the organization. Matter of fact, I was watching All the Smoke. It's crazy. Like I watch mad podcasts, bro. I watch everything. And Dwight Howard, right? He said this specifically. He said, "Why you think the teams that win, they win? Because they do stuff for the players. They have an open gym all the time. They got their own personal chef. They got their own weight room. The keys to the gym is open all the time. The infrastructure is proper. That's why the great teams continue to win, because their infrastructure is so great. So I think our infrastructure is finally getting there. I think it's finally getting to a point where people are looking at it and they're like, "Yo, man, I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that." Let me throw this at you. This about to sound crazy. Now I need your take on it. So Austin Brown, Leon's former right-hand man at CAA. You want to know who he reps?
Crips, Bloods, which one?
It's going to be Crips and Bloods after I give you this list.
Oh, shit.
He reps Donovan Mitchell, Colin Sexton, Obi Toppin, Zion Williamson, Jaren Jackson Jr., D'Angelo Russell, Kyle Kuzma. I need to go get a cup of water, brother. I need you to explain that to people.
It's tampering, man. These guys are like a cartel or something. Like it's like Queen of the South out this motherfucker, man. It's too much shit going on with this, man. I'm so afraid that the Knicks are gonna get like in trouble for tampering, because it's just too close for him. Because I mean, Leon Rose was a part of setting all these guys up, and now he's the head of the Knicks. And what's the name? Worldwide West. I don't even know what the hell Worldwide West does for a living all these years. I don't know how he's getting his money. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, every time something happens, even the I came across a picture of the Malice in the Palace. Guess who was holding Ron Artest? Freaking Worldwide West.
Worldwide West.
You know what I'm saying? What the hell does he do for a living? He's at every freaking basketball game and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's like the Bodega Wi-Fi is watching, man. Shout out to Bodega Wi-Fi. You know, the CAA connections, man. It's like, what the hell is going on here? You know, but I mean, I'm glad that we have the guys that are in the mix now. So I mean, the writing's on the wall for something crazy to happen, man. You know, I'm with it.
After that list I just gave you.
Yo, man, I'm with it, man. But I'm not sticking no drugs up my ass and going across no state lines and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I want to get my team together, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do like 40 years in the fucking federal prison over it either. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Yeah. Anyway, you got me started with that fucking walking what do you say what you said walking enema, walking prostate exam. Fuck.
Oh, oh my god, the way Trey Young treated Bullock, Burks, and Derrick Rose in the playoffs. Instantly, I said, "Yo, nah, there's no way the Knicks come out this summer. I demand that they get me Lonzo Ball, Colin Sexton. I don't even care about no other point guard. You gotta go get me a young guard, cause let's be real, 36-year-old Kyle Lowry, he ain't doing shit with Trey Young, bro.
Yeah, Trey Young gonna be dragging his ass up and down the court too.
I love Chris Paul. I will love him here. He ain't doing shit with Trey Young, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro. And mind you, I would love to get Kyle Lowry, even if we got a guy like Sexton. I would love to go get Kyle Lowry if you believe that Sexton isn't the point guard of the future. But the main thing, and I want you to talk about this too. It's so much smoke. Like, if this trade don't happen, like, I would be so disappointed with the Knicks. But I was listening to the Bank Shot podcast. Boom. And they had a Cleveland Cavaliers beat writer on there. And he said a couple things. I said, yo, Sexton would fit right in with RJ and Randle. He said, yo, Sexton is the hardest worker, hardest Cleveland athlete, hardest working Cleveland athlete. I don't know from word to word because I've been at work all day. He said one of the hardest workers he's ever seen in his life. As Cleveland athlete basketball players, like, he's never seen a basketball player work as hard as Sexton. First one in the gym, first one out the gym, and he sees himself as a great player. So that tells me that boy will tell his teammates, yo, man, I'm the big dog. You gonna have to learn. And I need a guy like that next to RJ and Randle. And it's funny because he has a dominant personality. That personality fits right in with New York. It fits right in with us. That's just me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's high praise, saying that he's like the hardest worker that ever. I mean, because Kyrie and those guys was over there. You know what I'm saying? Loving them. He had a bunch of good players over there, so that's high praise to say. I mean, but the proof is in the pudding. The guy's not just chucking up shots. You know, he's not just putting up anything. The guy, you know, like I said, like we said in the last podcast, he already almost got the trifecta with the field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and free throw percentage. Man, he almost is right there with the elites. You know what I'm saying? So he obviously is putting in the work. You know, I also been doing a lot of just like snooping around. You know, just looking at his Instagram and stuff like that. He's a family guy too. He's always with his mom and his dad. You know what I'm saying? So he's another one of these guys that's just like basketball lifers that got nothing else better to do but to dribble a basketball around. You know?
And what's crazy is the other report that I was reading, because I'm reading up articles and stuff. I'm trying to make sure, like, yo, man, I hope I'm not wrong about this guy. Like, I got to find out more about him. I'm glad that you just said that he's a family man, because we know Julius Randle is a family man. We know RJ Barrett, he got his own wifey. You know, he probably got the side joints with the hush money. We already spoke about that. They New York players, bro. I love these guys, bro. I don't know how much money they get their side joints to shut up, but they got it right now.
Yeah, this turned into the Get Indicted podcast real quick, man. Jesus Christ. We got hush money going to the side chicks. We got, like, you know, drug mules and all kind of stuff. What's going on today?
Yeah, but you need stuff like that, bro. It helps create an environment, bro, basically. The environment that we're trying to create is a winning environment. And I welcome a guy like Colin Sexton telling Randle, yo, man, shut the hell up, man. Let's ball out. What the fuck is wrong with you? Give me the ball, matter of fact. You doing too much.
Yeah, man, because you see who's on the other side. This motherfucker right here, Captain Lightskin right here. Mr. Elder Barge dribbling up the ball on the freaking Atlanta Hawks. You know, this is why we got to get Colin Sexton. let this face haunt you guys, okay? That's Elder Barge, man. Freaking Trey Young.
Yo, Trey Young, he did the Knicks dirty, bro. He did the Knicks dirty.
He's a bad dude, man. You got to give him his respect, man. But I mean, getting Colin Sexton here will definitely will make Trey Young play defense. That's number one. That's the one thing that nobody did all this whole time. Well, I guess the Bucks did a little bit, but I mean, they never really made Trae Young play defense. So Colin Sexton's gonna make you play defense.
Colin Sexton, he gonna make you play more than defense. Don't piss him off, neither. Don't trash talk that man. You said yourself. Matter of fact, the game that he scored 41 on the Nets, Durant and Kyrie was trash talking the whole first half. I was watching it. They was talking to him. They was talking to him every time. Honestly, I thought that fourth quarter, Sexton took it personal. And he hunted Kyrie. Literally, like every play, he wanted to switch with Kyrie, told him clear out. Every play. Cleared out the side. He got Kyrie one-on-one, baked him. Baking him.
I watched the game too. Kyrie was playing good defense too. A couple times, he just was making big time shots on him, and just when he was making those shots, he wasn't really barking while he was making it. He would just killing them. Once he really kept it going, he just was letting him have it. Nothing they could really do. That's very important, man. Around the league, we got guys around the league, doing stuff, and we have to counter this stuff. I'm not really afraid of Giannis so much, but Trae Young is that dude. We gotta prepare for him because he's young. We're gonna be seeing him for like the next, at least 5 years until because point guards move around. You know what I'm saying? So he might be around for like the next 5 years in Atlanta. So we gotta prepare for that.
Gotta prepare for that, yo. You got. Listen, I don't know about you. I'm a little scared of Giannis.
Who's that?
I don't know about you. I'm a little scared of Giannis, bro. I don't know about you. If he wins the championship this year, the confidence that man will have, we might as well pack it up next 2-3 years, bro. You got to think about it. When you get that first championship, bro, that next season you too comfortable. How the hell are we beating him next season?
Well, that's the thing. You said it right. Guys be too comfortable. How often do guys repeat? Jordan and LeBron made it easy with 9 straight finals appearances and stuff like that. And then the Golden State, they won a couple back-to-back as well. So these guys made us feel like it's easy. It's not easy to win back-to-back. Of course they're gonna be favorites and stuff like that, but judging by the team, Holiday and all these other guys, I'm not really afraid of those teams. I feel like if we get Sexton and maybe add another guy and doing everything that we've been saying, if we do that, I feel like we're gonna be standing right next to them. And then I think that they're gonna be more afraid to mess with us because of the potential of our defense.
Defense. Nah, keep going. I want to piggyback off of that. Keep going.
Because I don't want to give nobody no credit. I don't care who they got. Giannis is the MVP 2 years in a row. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we get a team together, whatever, I feel like we gotta ride hard for our guys. I don't care who, because it brings it back to just bring it back to the 90s when every time we played Michael Jordan and we had they had Michael Jordan, they had Scottie Pippen, they had Horace Grant, they had a freaking bomb squad, and then they went on and got freaking Rodman and Kukoc and all this other stuff. We rolling up into the gym with John Starks and Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, and Anthony Mason talking about we're gonna put buckets on you. You know what I'm saying? And then like towards the end of that, we just didn't have enough firepower to face those guys. But we still showed up every night, and we gave the Chicago Bulls the beating of their life. They had to play us. We was the NBA Finals for them. Because once they got to Phoenix, they almost swept Phoenix. They go to Seattle. They would have swept Seattle. Outside of those 2 games or whatever. You want to talk about the Utah Jazz and all that. The Knicks was the NBA Finals every single year. We had nobody. It was just Ewing and a bunch of fucking goons. You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make is that once we get our team together, I'm riding hard for our guys, and I don't care who the hell's in front of us, man. To hell with them.
Like. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about the trio and what we could do. We got all the bases covered. You got a wing in RJ Begley. You got a guard now. Hopefully, if they trade for Colin Sexton, now you got a guard. The Knicks haven't had a 20-point per game scoring guard in 20 years. Can you name the last 20-point per game scoring Knicks guard?
Well, Allen Houston or Sprewell. No, Sprewell. I don't think Sprewell averaged 20 as a Knick, but I think Houston
Nope.
wasn't Houston.
Nope.
Houston had to have scored 28. Now you gotta be googling now. What's the matter with you, man?
Stephon Marbury.
Stephon Marbury scored 20.
Stephon Marbury. That was the last time. Go. You can Google it if you want, but it's Stephon Marbury. And
I believe you.
that is pathetic.
Yeah, it's pathetic. And that probably was like Marbury's last 20-point season.
Well, Larry Brown. Let's ask him how he felt about.
Man, I don't want to talk about Larry Brown, man. Larry Brown, Larry Brown. They talk highly of that motherfucker, but when he would coach the Knicks, man, he freaking shit. He just like dropped his pants and pissed all over everything, man. That guy, he came here with no intention of I think he just came here just because he hated the Knicks so much that he just wanted to like destroy everything about us, man.
Yo, I noticed this every time I bring up Larry Brown, your whole vibe changed, bro.
Yeah, he was a fucking dick, man. When he was here, we had I think he was the guy that had Trevor. Was he the one that had Trevor Ariza as a Knick? We had freaking Matt Barnes. We had a bunch of guys. He was playing guys according to their hometown. I think that year we had like the most starting lineups in the history of the NBA or whatever the hell the story is. And fuck Larry Brown, man.
Larry Brown.
Yeah, man. All due respect your elders and all that stuff, man. But Larry, man, to hell with that motherfucker, man.
I got a question for you before I get into the free agent bigs. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
More. Larry Brown. I'm gonna give you three options. Larry Brown, Isaiah Thomas, Phil Jackson. Who do you hate more out of those three? Larry Brown, Isaiah Thomas, Phil Jackson.
Yeah, man. Well, Isaiah Thomas, I don't want no smoke with Isaiah Thomas because he's from Chicago. He already got shooters, like 60-year-old shooters waiting for you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
yeah.
You can't step foot out of a plane in Chicago, man. You're like a sitting duck. But I mean, Phil Jackson, I hated Phil Jackson, man. I hated the triangle when I was rocking. I hated that. And when he came here, he wasn't prepared to be the president. It was nonsense when he got here. But I mean, I respect him because I think you could smoke a blunt with Phil Jackson and chill out. Larry Brown is another story, man. The whole play the right way stuff. He lost the gold, for the USA that year. He was the one that did that because he benched LeBron James. He had Carmelo Anthony and he had Amari Stoudemire on that team, and he benched all three of them to play Richard Jefferson and all these different guys. Those are the guys. Richard Jefferson was starting for that team.
What?
If you go back to that and watch whoever he played, Amari Stoudemire never played for them, but he was on the roster. He was still trying to play the right way in the Olympics. It's like, to hell with Larry Brown, man.
That's funny. Yeah, I can hear it in your voice. And shout out to the chat. Ivory 10, I appreciate the message that you put. You put Markkanen is a decent gamble, provide scoring and can play with Mitch or Randle. That was the main thing, bro. That's the main thing, right? But I'm thinking about a guy like Quickly off the bench. Now you got Quickly and Lauri Markkanen coming off the bench. Get me a PJ Tucker or a vet. I need a goon. I need a goon. Give me Justice Winslow. I need somebody to play between that. Paul Millsap. And it will make it easier for them to play together. But listen, man, Lauri Markkanen, watch. I give it a week. Diehard. I give it a week when you start hearing Lauri Markkanen rumors.
According to sources, you know what I'm saying? And they really mean, according to State from State of the Unix podcast, right? Yeah.
I wish, man. Free agent bigs, you don't got none off the top of your head?
Well, just Jermichael Green. I know I mentioned him. Free agent bigs, We kind of need, I mean, we got Julius Randle and whatever. Like we kind of need somebody to come in there and just hold it down. Like Taj Gibson is great, but I wish he was like 5 years younger. Taj Gibson, he's like way too old now. He's a guy I want to keep around, but he can't be in a rotation. Taj Gibson.
Hell no.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was risking his life out there every night playing basketball, playing his hardest. That dude was I don't know what he was doing. He was sitting on his couch drinking Michelob Ultra and shit. You know what I'm saying? When the Knicks called him. So we definitely got to figure that out, man. I would put it up now, but there's something going on with the interference, so I don't want to share anything else, man. But I gotta pull up that list. Anybody that you looking at for the as far as bigs?
Just for my real Nick homers, Luke Cornett. Let me stop. I like Serge Ibaka because I know he's gonna fight. Right.
What's wrong with him? Why is he so angry? I feel like he's been fighting a lot the last couple of years.
He African. We always angry. What you mean? God, he's so what?
Yeah, you're right about that.
No, he had me when he I forgot who he fought, bro. But he hit dude right in the head, bro. He was so mad at dude. Marquise Chris. I think Marquise Chris did something he didn't like.
Yeah. He had enough of Marquise Chris, man. I could totally hear him talking back to him like, hey.
Hey, come the fuck here.
Listen here.
Oh, yeah, Serge. Yeah, shout out to Serge Ibaka. But
Montrezl Harrell?
Hell no.
On the low, though? For like a low?
Hell no.
Yo, the Lakers only paid him $9 million, and he didn't even earn that contract. So I mean, maybe for $5 million, would you bring him in $6 million?
Give Frank Ntilikina $5 million. Thank you. That's why I'm going with that.
To play backup power forward.
Listen, I damn sure don't want him.
Nope. What about Cristiano? Felicio, whatever his name is, from Chicago.
Felicio?
Yeah.
Come on, dog. Yo, dog, you killing me.
Yeah, I'm throwing the names out there. Bobby Portis too. Once a Knick, always a Knick.
Hell no. Hell no. But those are some good names. So I'm gonna throw some names back at you. Mm-hmm. Harry Giles.
Nope. Don't like him.
I'm going down the list. Zach Collins.
Didn't he get in trouble for like some racist stuff?
No, that was the other guy. He's out the league. That was
the other Collins.
Yeah. No. I think it's Myers Leonard. He's out the league.
Myers Leonard. Yeah, that's the other one.
Fucking idiot. He's out the league. He said a derogatory term about Jewish people. Like, what? Are you dummy? Yes.
Yo, man. He said, I'm not even going to repeat it. Yo, like, what the hell are you thinking? Like, yo, the last time I heard that, I was like 7 years old, and I was like in like a like getting bagels or whatever the fuck. That's I don't know. But I mean, like, damn, man, he was bugging out when he just said it all casual too. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid on his behalf. He ain't never getting back in the NBA. That's silent night for that. That was
his credit score probably went down like 200 points too.
I don't really like his fit on this team, but I know the Knicks are looking at him because of family reasons. Willie Cauley-Stein.
I don't know. He had a lot of promise at one point. But, he was supposed to be shooting threes. Same thing like Mitch. There was rumor that he was going to be shooting threes and all that. He hasn't been able to do that yet.
He's been in the league 6 years. He's 27 years old. And you're right. And that is one of my fears about Mitchell Robinson is you in the league for 6 years and we still sitting here, hey, yo, he's going to shoot the ball soon. It's not like, dude, see, this is why Brook Lopez is like we got to separate him from a lot of dudes because Brook was an all-star on the Brooklyn Nets. Like he was good at his job. He was good at what he do. Face up game, back to the basket game, stretch the floor, mid range, could protect the rim. No, he couldn't protect the rim. But it's funny how as he got older, now he's able to protect the rim and he's shooting threes now. And I think he didn't start shooting his first couple of threes until probably like year 7, year 8. I think a coach gave him confidence. Maybe Willie Cauley-Stein could get that confidence, come in here and start launching threes. But we got to go back to what Tibbs said. Tibbs said, yeah, you can shoot threes, but what's your free throw percentage? Basically, is what's your free throw percentage is like. If you got a good free throw percentage, you can shoot threes.
That's a fact of life because there's a lot of guys. There's a quote unquote 3-and-D guys. They can shoot threes, but their 3-point percentage is better than the free throw percentage. That doesn't make no sense. Yeah, you know, like also too, like say like a guy like Frank, he can shoot the corner 3 for like what 70% or whatever a random number that I could throw out there. But I mean, from the field, 2-point field goals, I think he's like 18% from right. That means that if you had an open layup, you might blow it. That's how bad that is. That's not good, man. Yeah. What do you think about Nicholas Batum?
Hell no. No. Now that I'm thinking about it, is Sexton already on the roster?
Yeah, I think we can pencil him in our imaginations for now.
I'm about to say something that's gonna piss you off.
Again?
I would love Nick Batum here. We must re-sign Frank Ntilikina. let me go get some water.
Well, you know, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, we need some continuity, and also too, I'm looking at Frank as somebody that's not going to get money. He's going to get the low. He's not going to get. You know, I am not paying Frank Ntilikina no more than $5 million. We talked about this before. You know. So if we pay Frank Ntilikina what he's worth, which is a 5 or less, you know what I'm saying? Then I would get Batum because now you keep that builds continuity, character, camaraderie. Yeah, camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? And then not for nothing, Batum is a good player. He plays defense. He can handle the ball. He could play the 3. He could play the 4, the 3, the 2. He can even guard the 1 sometimes, depending on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So he's a good player. You know, he's like 6'9" or whatever the hell. He's tall as fuck. You know, but he's not really the best offensive player, but I mean he's still a good basketball player. You know, so somebody like him added to the team. You know, he can communicate with RJ and all that. These guys can have their little inside jokes, you know, speaking French and stuff. Whatever French people like to do, you know. So I mean, you know, he would boost the talent of the team.
I wouldn't mind, and also I'm thinking about Luka Vildoza. You know, just one of those vets who those guys could relate to. Frank, Luka. I know RJ Barrett is fluent in French and speaking French. And I believe RJ Barrett he's fluent in another language too.
I think Canadian. I think he's fluent in Canada.
Canadian got a language?
Just messing around. Oh man, you speak in Canada.
But yeah, man, camaraderie. I wouldn't mind Nicholas Batum. The thing I really liked about watching him during the playoffs, Tyloo played him everywhere. He started on small ball 5. He started at the small forward spot, power forward, shooting guard. You can play him, hit your guard 1 through 5, savvy vet. I mean, you sold me on Nick Batum. You sold me on.
But on the low, though, I mean, Nick Batum for his whole career, he was overpaid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So getting him now, and he's older too. He's a lot older now. So getting him in there, it just adds to the whole leadership stuff. You know, because if you get rid of if you're not going to bring back Bullock and some of these other guys, then at least bring in vets that we don't have to learn nothing. You know, they're going to come here and they're going to play nice. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing.
So I like what some of these guys are saying in the chat. Now I just pulled up the chat on the computer screen. So Devon Wink. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, brother. I've been at work all day. I'm a little tired, but You said Troy Murphy the third is growing on me. Pause. Um, I like the kid. 6'9". I don't have my phone in front of me, so I can't really tell you the stats. But 6'9", 7-foot wingspan, guard skills. Now we gotta take it. Now this goes into the Sexton trade, right? Because if you trade for Sexton, both your young wings is gone. Knox and Obi's gone. You're gonna need their replacement. I wouldn't mind, and this is specifically to you, my guy, Devin. Devin, I wouldn't mind us getting Troy Murphy with our one of the first round picks that we did not use in the Sexton trade or any trade that we make this summer. I would love to draft him, and I would redshirt him. I would redshirt him. Honestly, if it was me, I would redshirt. I wouldn't mind redshirting him. Let him sit down for a year, learn the game, because there's no rush for him to play right now. I believe he's 19, 20 years old, so he'll have time to develop. I wouldn't be saying here like, oh, he's a lottery pick. He's 22. That's not the case with him. We could redshirt him for a year. Bring in a guy like Will Barton or another guy like Justice Winslow, which we talked about. One of those type of guys who could just come in and steer the ship. And then Troy Murphy, he could sit for a season. Now, boom, we got a young wing 2022 season that nobody know about. Now we bust him out the package, let him run. I like Troy Murphy pick. Pause.
Yeah, busting out no packages here. Yeah. Hey man, I didn't say it, man. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, 6'9", he's pretty tall, man. 7-foot wingspan. I haven't really watched too much Virginia basketball this year, but I mean, like, they got him. Well, I'm looking at Tankathon. Tankathon has him at like 28. So I mean, it's possible he could be available around the 32nd pick. If he's available. I wouldn't
even take that chance.
Well, we could probably move up like we did last time. We moved up mad times last draft.
Yeah, we did. We definitely did. We definitely moved up. Yo, shout out to man. I want to sell y'all on the Larry Markkanen stuff, man. I'm about to start selling y'all on the Justice Winslow narrative soon. So, and you're right, Markkanen is restricted. He's a restricted free agent, but it's already rumored that he's out of Chicago. He don't want to be there. He hates it there.
It seemed like they don't want him there for some reason.
You know why? Something that I told you earlier. Your front court has Larry Markkanen and Vujicic. It was so bad, Diehard, that Larry Markkanen had to come off the bench some of those games. Whoa. Yeah. And that's another reason why I said, listen, he don't look like a high ego type of guy. Would he accept his role coming off the bench? He could come off the bench or he could start. But he just got low egos. If you manage the ego, I mean, he would buy in. If you're winning games, he wouldn't give a about coming off the bench, honestly. And I'm just thinking about Mitchell Robinson. I need a big who's opposite of Mitch. Need a big. I like that. So that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, man. I like the variety too, man. Just a Swiss Army knife. We were talking about Batum. All these different guys. Let's say if we was to get Markkanen, Batum would be nice at the 3, coming off the bench with him. You know what I'm saying? As the contrast, somebody that's the perimeter guy, and Batum can't really shoot like that, and he's more like a Swiss Army kind of thing. So it kind of blends in. You will have I don't know who we have as a point guard. You said quickly, so it just gives a different look. Vildoza maybe we sign Rose again, or maybe we even sign Frank.
So ideally, let's put out the hypothetical out there. So you say quickly, Larry Markkanen coming off the bench, right? Who's the other 3 guys that you would want ideally next to those 2? You want one guy who could at least play, make, and defend.
Batum.
I like the Batum. I like the PJ Tucker a little bit, but then if we get a guy like PJ Tucker coming off the bench, you definitely got to get another playmaker, because you shouldn't trust quickly with that much responsibility, and I don't think Thibodeau would do that either. Paul Millsap.
Paul Millsap too, yeah.
play him in the pinch post.
There's different guards out there too. What's this guy doing? Augustin, DJ Augustin. What's he doing?
DJ Augustin.
Yeah.
And DJ Augustin he was a formative player as well, correct?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. But I mean, this guy's dangling around the league. Now you're talking about like just veteran guys around. So, this guy's dangling guys that'll play hard, guys that will be able to fill in roles and stuff. So, it's good. A lot of people have sentimental, but you also got to keep the continuity. So it's like a double-edged type of thing going on. But I mean, this players out there. This players out there.
Right back to Devon. Justice Winslow tape is spot on, bro. Justice Winslow can play point guard, combo guard. He can play the wing, and I would like him on the Knicks for the right price. I strongly agree with you because I watched Eric Spoelstra play Justice Winslow at 4 different positions. He played point guard, he played shooting guard, played small forward, he played power forward under Eric Spoelstra. I know he was hurt a lot last season. He was on the Memphis Grizzlies. He's a Duke guy, so I'm pretty sure RJ Barrett has a connection with him. And I'm pretty sure him and RJ Barrett has seen each other in some way, some fashion. They seen each other somewhere. So, I wouldn't mind Winslow 3 years, $15 million, right? Because now, if he pops, got him for $5 million for the next 3 years. If he pops, and he's in your rotation, and the cap, the league cap is getting larger every season, so you never know. Just like with Otto Porter Jr., dog, you sign him for 3 years on a cheap contract. If he pops, whoa.
Yeah, but Otto Porter Jr. At least he was able to do something in this league. Justice Winslow, At one point, this guy Otto Porter Jr. They paid him like they thought he was going to be like an all-star in the beginning.
Yeah,
because he actually was putting up numbers that was projecting to be that, but then he got hurt and this, that, and the other. But at least he was almost there. Well, Winslow, he went from being okay to like being like you already said the numbers already. The numbers don't make sense. He was shooting well at one point, and then now he's like he's looking like Shannon Anderson out there.
Bruh, 57% from the free throw line is atrocious. I feel like we got the developmental staff to get those guys right. And Andy, right? Duke only has 4 good players after Grant Hill, Winslow, and ain't one of them. Listen,
Andy's spicy, man.
Andy, very spicy. Andy, I love you, bro. We just talking about buy low candidates on this pod. We already spoke about Uber and all those guys on other pods. I don't want to talk about them because we looking for narratives and get out. We getting out ahead of these narratives before anybody else start pumping that's their narrative. So we getting ahead of this. We ahead of a lot of people right now. But
yeah, we the plug, man.
Yes, sir.
Right? We are the plug.
Otto Porter is fat now. Come on, dude. How do we know that? We come on, Andy, man. He come in here with this. Come on, man. Oh my God.
And he got pictures and shit. He got pictures of Otto Porter hanging up. He got one of those boards and shit with X's around Otto Porter's face and stuff.
Andy crazy, man. Listen, buy low candidate, right? Here's the main thing too. And I guess this is the thing I want to say is when it comes to building a team, right? And Andy, I appreciate that, bro. Like the Colin Sexton thing, like I was talking about Sexton. Matter of fact, I think I brought the name up to Diehard last year. I think I brought his name up to him last year. In December. I gotta go back and look at which pod it was, but for sure I think it was last year, December.
This is like number 13 of the YouTube's series. Remember, we've been doing podcasts for a minute, even when we were just doing audio. So I mean, you got to go back like damn near like 30 podcasts.
You might have to, yo. Even De'Aaron Fox. We've been spoke about the De'Aaron Fox angle. right? We've been talked about that. So it's a lot of stuff that we talk about that. I just don't want people to just start narrative now like that. I've been seeing it for the past week. So now I gotta, with my guy Diehard, now I know we gotta do even more podcasts before people just start bombarding the narrative.
Right. What I hate, man, is like sometimes you get into like little arguments with people on Twitter and they'll say something, oh yeah, because blah blah blah. It's like, yo, man, I have a podcast, for Christ's sake. You can't say like, oh man, you one of those fans that this, that, yeah. What are you talking about? Well, I'm one of those fans. I got a whole catalog that you can just look and see what I said about whatever. Just look at the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? Like same thing with you. You got your podcast. If you want to know what you had to say, all you got to go do is go flip through the catalog and find out what you were saying at such a time. Man, cut the fucking bullshit with that, man. Like God, man. Like I admire your stamina on Twitter. You be fighting to the death with these guys, man. But I can't deal with Twitter, man. I freaking lose my stuff. So I be ignoring them sometimes. But it's like, come on, man. You know, if you want to know what we had to say, all you got to do is watch, man.
And yeah, every time, bro. Every time. I'm just a person like I love to speak my mind. And the one thing I hate is Twitter coaches. I really hate Twitter coaches, bro. Like dudes that tell you don't know basketball. How the fuck you gonna tell me I don't know about the Knicks? I watch this team every game that they turn on. I watch some of the games twice. I watched some of the games probably 3 times. I'm looking at the bench. I'm watching the players. I'm looking at Tom Thibodeau and his mannerisms. I got over 1 million podcasts is out. And you gonna tell me or you don't know what the hell are you talking about? I mean,
yo, man, I'm gonna make you bigger here. Look, does everybody see what he has on right now? You know, that's how much he loves the Knicks. Okay, this is how much State loves the Knicks. Okay,
yeah, that's a fact.
That's a fact. Come on now.
That's a fact. And I see the guys in the chat. Eton Moore, I wouldn't mind Eton Moore, but Bodega, bro, I'm not looking at Eton Moore, man. I'm looking at Will Barton. I need a real goon, bro. Eton Moore is cool, but he's not a real goon. I need somebody who's tough. That's my thing. I love the Gary Trent Jr. talk, but I'm not interested in Gary Trent Jr. Toronto gave up a first-round pick to get him, so they're gonna re-sign him. And also, I think Toronto might draft Jalen Suggs if he gets the 4. But I think Cleveland's going to do the nonsense and get Jalen Green or Jalen Suggs. They're going to draft either the 2. So hopefully, if Jalen Suggs is there at 4, they're going to take him. But I think Gary Trent Jr. is going to be re-signed. Junior.
Yeah, I think so too. They gave up a lot for him.
They did. They did.
And he actually, yeah, he played pretty good for them too. Not for nothing, you know. So yeah, they got to go there. Toronto does have the 4th pick. Holy snap! So I mean, I was telling you maybe Kuminga or Scotty Barnes for Toronto.
Yes.
You know.
Instagram lives. I should call the cops on you, have you arrested, and force them to put you on the boat downtown. You know where Canal Street is at. You know, not the bookings though. You should go on the boat.
Damn.
I don't ever want to see you write that again. I don't even just take that name off the screen, dog. I don't even want to see Tim Hardaway Jr.'s name up there.
You put him on the boat though.
He gotta go on the boat. He don't deserve to be in the bookings. He don't need the bread. He don't need milk. None of that. He need to just go straight to the boat.
You know what's bad is that we know what the boat is. You know. You know, I know a few people that's been on the boat, man. So.
Oh God.
Yeah, man. Hope people can stay out of trouble, man.
Shit, listen, I got in trouble. Short story.
Oh no! This is the Get Indicted podcast today,
Yo,
man.
bro, I'll never forget this. Like 4 years ago, I swiped somebody on the train. Right, I swiped them on the train on 138th Street in the Bronx. Just locked me up. Yo, bro, I'm in the Bronx bookings with scrubs on, bro. Dudes in the bookings is looking at me. Hey, yo, bro, why are you in here with scrubs, bro? You was going to work.
They probably thought you was cooking meth or something. You came out of a meth lab or something. That's what they probably thought. Oh my god.
Man,
What
I'm sitting there. Go ahead, yo.
Nah, you gotta explain what happened to you after that.
Bro, I was in the Bronx bookings for a day, and they, it's like it's like 4 floors in the Bronx bookings, and in each floor I'm going to, the cops is looking at me like I'm crazy, dude. What are you doing in here with your scrubs on? And I tell them, I give them the same story. Yo, bro, I swiped somebody on the train, dude. It was time. I said, all right, man. I swiped the dude on the train. They locked me up. They looking at me like I'm crazy. You got other dudes. Yo, fan. Yo, you in here with your scrubs, B? Yo, you can get me some medicine, bro? What you can get behind the counter? You know all the ridiculous jail questions I was getting. So that was a crazy experience, bro. But that's where was Instagram lives needs to go. Forever putting Tim Hardaway Jr. on this live stream.
So they put you on the boat for that?
Yeah. Facts.
Holy shit.
Facts. I was on a boat, and then they had to get me. They came and got me off the boat because when you're going downtown to the bookings, automatically it takes 24 hours to process you. So you're gonna stay there for a day, right? For some odd reason, when I was about to go up to the floor to see the judge says she's done for the night. In the bookings on 34th, I think the bookings on Canal Street, it was filled up. They said it was over capacity. So they had to put me in the boat, leave me there for a couple hours. You got the dudes on the boat. Yo, bro, why the hell are you in here with scrubs on? Like, that was the main question, yo. Man, I had on scrubs. I think I had on my old Nike sneakers, man. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to go through that, man. That's crazy. Just for swiping somebody on the train and you had to spend a night in jail, and they put you on the boat? Damn.
Yeah, facts. They had to get me from the boat. They had to take me from the boat and drive me back to the Bronx to go see the judge. I was so mad, bro.
So did you get to keep your Metro card after all of this?
They took my Metro. They took my money. I think I had a little bit of weed on me. They took that too.
Oh, that's the full story. That's the full story. They swiped. I swiped this guy on the train, and then they arrested me. Like, what's going on here? Like, these damn police officers. Whatever. I might have had like 3 or 4 ounces of weed on me. Wrapped up in Vaseline and Saran wrap. It's not a big deal.
Oh man, yo! He said, look, some of y'all know, some of y'all who live in New York, 161. Those they got 4 floors, and I'm in there.
I gotta get that hand sanitizer going on here. Hepatitis and oh my god, what the hell is going on today? Jesus Christ, this show made a left somewhere, man.
Oh man. Yeah, back to talking to Knicks. Yo, man, we just trying to get better. We just trying to improve this team. It seemed like it's inevitable Sexton is going to be in New York. It's inevitable now. Like, if him and Obi Toppin share the same agent, that contract is already being talked about as we speak. The details about that trade is being talked about as we speak. So, I mean, hopefully draft night or before the draft even happens, hopefully this trade could go through, and then we could really like strategize on how to build a roster. But I think we covered all the bases today, man. I like those little candidates we was talking about.
Yeah, man. We always me and you, like, every time we get together, we cover every possible scenario. We like Doctor Strange and the freaking Endgame and stuff.
Speaking of Doctor Strange, that boy got a huge headache after watching episode 6.
Yo, Loki, man, they did their thing with that. The storytelling.
Yo, Oh God.
That's all I ask for. Any of these shows, man. The writing has got to be good. If the writing is bad, like I didn't really like what the Agents of Shield. I didn't like Agents of Shield. So I thought they could have did
Agents of
something with
Shield.
it. Yeah, it was so bad that
Hate
they
it.
had to destroy the whole Agents of Shield from Marvel. That's how bad
Yeah.
that series was.
Hate it.
But
Hate it.
yeah, yeah. But Loki set the table for like damn near 3-4 movies, man.
3-4. He set the table for a whole. He set the table literally for the next decade.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige looked at that episode and he was just like, because if you're a Marvel fan, like my dad, he grew up. My dad had mad comic books. He had all types of comic books. He had DC comic books, Marvel, everything from like 1970 and up. He had mad comic books. If you're a Marvel fan and you seen Loki episode 6, bruh, they could go as many avenues as they want after that. Great show, by the way. And the person who wrote Loki is the same writer for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So
Yeah, isn't that the guys from Rick and Morty too? Those guys are in on it too. I think they got some of the writers from that show.
That's why Rick and Morty be. Oh, okay. I see why I like Rick and Morty now. I see why.
Yeah, we talk about Loki and stuff like that on this podcast because it's like parallel to what's going on with the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
All the different. We didn't already experience everything that could possibly happen on for a basketball team, man. All the way down to like. I don't even want to say it, man, but we've been through so much different things, Like I was gonna say Anuka Brown. Remember Anuka Brown? Lord have mercy, man. We went to the point where they almost got rid of the Knicks straight off the map. If that situation with Anuka Brown happened in 2021, there would be no more Knicks. What I'm saying? They would have just said boop Seattle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We would
Seattle,
be yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I'm trying to say like it's just the parallels are so ill. That right now, like just like with the Loki series, anything can happen. We don't know. The Marvel got us by the balls. Same thing. Leon Rose and all of our guys that run the Knicks right now, they got us like this. We know something good is gonna happen. Like we know something good is gonna happen, but we don't know exactly. We're kind of agreeing with the whole Colin Sexton thing because it makes sense. But something else could happen. Just totally left field. But whatever they do, I feel like it's gonna be the right. Let me put my hand down. But whatever they do, I feel like it's gonna be the right move and it's gonna be good.
Yo, I promise you, within the next 3 weeks, the Knicks is gonna make a move that me and you love so much. Emergency pod will happen. That is a promise to me. That is a promise that everybody who's watching now. If me and you. I promise, because I remember my. Is it your left arm that be itching? You feel like you getting money?
I don't know. Nowadays I'll be itching like crazy, man. It's hot as hell out there.
It's hot as hell. Nah, man. When my palms itch, that means some money's coming, man. so I'm hoping to God it's about the Knicks, man. I'm hoping to God.
Yeah, if my palms itch, I probably got the hepatitis, like Bodega Wi-Fi said. Let me not say that, man. I work around a lot of crazy stuff, so I don't want to get no hepatitis.
Oh man, please. I guess we got into everything. Wow, it's 11:05. I didn't even notice that. But anything else?
Nah, man. These podcasts went from like 40 minutes, and now we going into damn near 2 hours now. Yeah, so it's good, man. We having a good time here, man. So
Yes,
like I hinted at before, I kind of want to do something, but I gotta like kind of brainstorm it. But I hit a couple milestones, man. I don't know if I want to say it now or just wait for another show. But it's pretty good, man. I'm having a good time doing the podcast. I'm glad to meet guys like you, man. But me and State never met in person, man. So that's the next evolution of this whole thing, man. But just meeting guys online and just doing stuff like this is amazing shit, man. So it's worthy of celebrating, man. So definitely got to do that.
Love the Knicks, man. When it's funny because when I first started my podcast, I started it around the same time we drafted Kevin Knox, and I didn't know the direction where it was going to go, honestly. So to be here today, and people like State and Diehard and I started calling myself State when I go around my mans and I'm like, yo, though, bro, don't call me that, man. Call me State, man. You bugging the hell out. You gonna respect me. so it's nice, man, to meet a lot of these people, man. Talk Knicks all the time, man. And I noticed that too as well, Diehard. Yo, it started 45 minutes. No, it started 30 minutes. 45. Now it's up to 2 hours. So, hey, man, it's nice that we are growing the fan base for this pod, man. You growing our own separate fan bases, but it's a nice where we could podcast and you see every time, man, every time, and we definitely gonna have a. We're gonna have a meetup at Skate Key.
Damn, this is the Get Indicted podcast today, man. Is Skate Key still going on?
Hell no. Skate, you know what happened? I'm 31. Skate Key is one of the most dangerous places when I was growing up in Harlem, bruh. You didn't want to go to Skate Key unless you was with some goons. 1, 2. If you went to Skate Key and you had a nice coat like a Biggie or Mermont, you better hope to God that you could make it across that Bronx Bridge. 3. They was not searching people for weapons at Skate Key, especially if you knew the bouncers. So if you're winning there and you had that thing on you, man, listen, man, I don't even want to remind myself of those times, bro.
Skate Key was bad, man. And Skate Key had a bunch of different spots too. The one that I used to go to was the one that was on Jerome. When Skate Key was on Jerome. So I'm definitely older than you, so you know.
The one that I'm talking about, the Skate Key I'm talking about is on. I think it used to be on 149. Now it was near the Gauchos. Gauchos, I think it's on 149th and 3rd, or 49th Grand Concourse is around that. It's around that area. So Skate Key is around 149th and like the Grand Concourse is around that area, near the Bronx Bridge. Very dangerous, bro. Very dangerous.
Well, yo, I'm from Brooklyn, so I go back to the Empire, man. The Empire skating ring, man. Yo, I for my own eyes, I remember being out there, guys getting, $150, face leaking, blood all over the damn place. You're like, what in the fuck? But I used to be up in there all the time. I don't know how I survived after stuff that, as young people, man. Young people do a lot of crazy stuff, man. I don't know how we survived this stuff to get here to tell these stories.
Yo, last story. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't forget growing up. It was a basketball game. It was at Mount Morris Park. Mount Morris is on 123rd and 5th Avenue in the middle of Harlem. I'll never forget the projects that was beefing with the project, the complex where my man's is from. Basically, it was the east side of Harlem, and it was beefing with Taino Towers. Taino Towers is a place on 123rd and 3rd Avenue. So they beefing. Now I'm cool with both sides. I went to elementary school on the east side, so I'm cool with both sides. I know dudes from both sides. So in the middle of the basketball game, you hear one of the guys and he says, "Shut the fuck up." And he's talking to one of the mans from Taino Towers. And mind you, he's at the free throw line. He's telling dude, "Shut the fuck up." They going back and forth. So one of my mans, I'll never forget this day. He looks at him, he says, "Man, tell me shut the fuck up." So he told him shut the fuck up. So my man goes. This is in the middle of the basketball game. My man Travis, I'll never forget. My guy Travis.
Oh man, don't say his name. What's about to happen? Lord have mercy,
bro. My guy Trav walks middle of the basketball game, slaps the hell out of the dude at the free throw line. I'm in shock. I got a hitty cup in my hand. I'm like, what the hell what are you doing? All you see after he slapped dude runs off the free throw line. Now he's running back. He's like, imagine you running the opposite way. Bruh, a crowd of dudes, one of the dudes reaching in the bag, and he starts shooting.
Oh man.
He's shoot. Now the basketball game, we all running, we scattering. So we running, it's me and my man, my guy, Shannon. I call him Sandwich though. He said he's right next to me, we running. So you hit a ping, the ping hit the tree right next to us. You ping. Dude grabs my arm, stops me. My man Sandwich, he stops me. He looks at me. Yo, man, I lost my sneaker. You lost your what?
Yo, I got sneakers in the crib, fam. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna keep running. You know, you could borrow a pair of mine once you get to the crib.
Y'all look down, say, motherfucker, if you don't keep running before we get our asses shot. Oh God, bro, it's Shannon. Oh, shout out to my God, Shannon. But go ahead, yo.
Everybody got those stories, man. Something that we shouldn't be here talking about. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Heartstorm Media. Yeah, man. I always part from work, man. Always part from work. I don't give a damn where I'm at, bro. Whenever it's time to talk about Knicks, we gotta talk about Knicks. My bosses know work stops when it's a Knicks game at work. My boss know that 2 hours. You don't bother me. You don't bother me. You don't call me. Leave me alone. So I definitely appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so we gonna lead the people, man, or are we gonna throw some more people under the bus?
Nah, I ain't throwing nobody else
under the boat. You're gonna throw people under the boat.
Under the boat? Nah, I ain't throwing nobody under the bus. But I had to share that story though, man. When he said skate kid, it just brought me back to like growing up and stuff. Man, you kids today, you under 22 years old, you better thank God that you don't have to go through what me or you went through. Because if anybody who knows, if you had a mermaid, it's called a mermaid or a biggie. It was a nice winter coat. Bro, you had to like really watch your back, walking with your coat on, or somebody would really take your coat off your back. And it'd be too late. So, shout out to the youngest, man.
Yeah, man. The world belongs to the youngest, man. We working and we talking about Knicks. We talking about Knicks and getting ourselves in trouble and stuff. Anyway, man, I guess we could wrap it up, right?
Yes, sir. It's crazy. I'm ready to go home. Look, I've been here. I'm ready to get out these goddamn scrubs.
Yo, I'm ready to go home, and I'm home. Save me, somebody. You know what I'm saying? Golly.
But salute to everybody, man. I think this is episode 12.
It might be 13.
Might be 13. Well, I appreciate for y'all tuning in. I appreciate the chat. Thumbs up. Always give a thumbs up, man. Support us both, man. The podcast is both our podcasts. Diehard Knicks, State of New York Knicks. They're both on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Play FM. Anywhere, man. They're everywhere. It's a lot of places, but where you can find us, man, for sure. I guess the outro is on you, Diehard. I'm out of here. I'm tired. I'm ready to get a chopped cheese or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Wash your hands, bro. Wash your hands. All the stuff we talked about today. Soap and water. It's been 2 hours. When it was 30 minutes, you could do the hand sanitizer. But now we've been here for 2 hours. You need to get some soap and water on them things.
Oh, God, man. You're definitely right, though, man. But Nick Nation, man, I'm out of here. Dog, man, I appreciate talking to you, man. Anytime, man. Skate key. Oh, man.
Lord have
mercy. Oh, God. I love the chat, man. I appreciate the chat, man. Next, I'm going to assume that next time we have this Dollar State My episode, it's going to be a great rumor. So, stay tuned. All right.
Peace, guys.